rent to retain is $149.83. Cost of $242.00 for a total of $391.83. We had adjourned at the last hearing so she could seek some assistance.
Did that work for you or no?
Well, I did go and get some help,
Okay.
but the help that has been offered to me, they only want to pay what I owe, and that would be $243. Now, I paid my rent on time.
No, I remember you told me.
And I have proof.
No.
So that $391 is not what I owe, Judge Simpson.
Okay. So who said they're willing to pay?
The assistant.
Oh, who's it? Oh, come on up. You're the money person. Yeah, come on. Who are you? Could you state your name?
Mine's Madeline with Housing Bureau for Seniors. I'm our eviction prevention coordinator.
You're with the Bureau.
Housing Bureau for Seniors. So we're Michigan Medicine, University of Michigan. Yeah. Okay. So we've applied for funding for her, and I she's a good candidate, but she does have check from June and July that she paid on time, and they're charging her for $75 for those months. So we just don't want to pay Harper Woods.
Right. So here's what's happening. There was a shortage at one point.
Yeah, in May.
In May. So the problem that happens, and why I was trying to get to it so fast and trying to get it done, is because that back balance exists. Mm-hmm. She gets charged a late fee, even though she's paying her rent on time. And the problem also in this case, or what can seem like part of the unfairness in this case, is that the balance that's owed is so low that when you then click the late fee in, it like doubles what you owe, right? And so I get all of that. And so what I was trying to express to Ms. Cummings the last time was if we can get somebody to just get it paid, because the reality is if we can just get her back to zero, she's going to be fine. And that's the only thing that I wanted to happen. That's why.
I agree, Mr. Simpson. And so we can apply for that whole amount. I just ask going forward that her checks be implemented the day she pays. Because right now her ledger, so it implements it a couple days after she pays it. So then it shows a late charge.
Well, that shouldn't be happening. But hold on a second. Yeah. If it's getting there, the late fee in this kicks in at what, day 5 or day 6, I guess?
On the lease it says day 5.
Yes. Yes. Late fee that hits after the 5th, and then there is a second late fee that hits, I believe it's after the 21st or the 20th.
Right. So what, as I'm recalling, Ms. Cummings, last time we were here when you were yelling at me.
I'm sorry.
She just needed to.
You want to know what? It would be so nice. So as I recall,
yes,
you receive a check each month.
Yes, I get paid the 3rd of every month.
Okay. And so customarily, what do you do? When do you then pay your rent?
I was online paying it by the 5th.
By the 5th?
Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Okay, right away, this isn't just a simple rent dispute. We're dealing with a classic balance rollover issue where even a small unpaid amount snowballs into late fees. Have you ever noticed how quickly tiny debts can spiral out of control?
Part of the way of avoiding that, okay, is if you get your check on the 3rd, can it get paid by the 4th or the 3rd?
Yes, but that was only because when I went online, it was more money that was in my account. That was for May. So you can't, they wanted 1177 and some change. I didn't have but 728 what I'm used to paying. So words was exchanged. Okay, I own up for May, but then I paid my rent for June and July on July 3rd and for June 5th. And I'm getting charged late charges.
Okay, so, right.
They're logging it in late.
Your Honor,
That's
Well-
my fault.
It's probably clicking over on the portal late. Yes, Counsel.
Your Honor, she's going to continue to accrue those late fees until she has a zero balance.
And
So
Judge Simpson
because
said,
she still has a balance
So, okay, so,
regardless of when she pays the rent.
right. So I just want to make sure, because I think we may be talking about two different things at this point. And that's because even though you
paid the rent.
how do I want to say this? Even though you paid your rent timely, let's just take June, okay? You paid it on the 3rd, you said, right? And then at some point a late fee clicked in.
Yes.
Okay. That late fee doesn't have anything to do with your June payment. Okay? It has to do with the fact that you had a balance coming out of May that didn't get paid. And so then the late fee comes in.
Okay.
Okay?
That's how.
So it wouldn't matter.
If I paid it on the 1st, if I owed it on.
Right. Even if you had paid it on the 1st of the month,
Yeah.
it wouldn't matter because there's that balance coming from May.
Yeah, I see.
So what I'm hoping to avoid is a circumstance where if you pay your rent on the 3rd or the 4th, okay, it gets tricky on the 5th because of cutoff time
Right.
and that kind of thing.
Right.
That a late fee won't click in. If they don't put it on your ledger till then, there's no late fee.
Right. If once I get a zero.
Right.
A
late fee won't click in.
Exactly.
You just never got it to where it
Well,
hit as a zero.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're now back to where I was.
Yes.
And that is, can we get this back balance paid?
They're not willing to waive any of those late fees, even though she paid on June and July and the amount was so little.
Now she's gonna be a lawyer and everything. She's gonna start yelling.
It's just frustrating.
She's gonna start yelling at me like Miss Cummings. Right? Miss Cummings yelling at me.
But
Miss Cummings,
ask the
she
whole-
yelled at me on Zoom, then was gonna yell at me in person.
But I mean,
And then
couldn't we ask the
Hurt my
attorney?
feelings because
We at
I'm
least-
They got the right to
and
say.
nobody seems to get. You still talking?
I'm sorry. I mean, I
Okay,
saw the.
Hold on, just hold on. Counsel,
Yes.
if I kick this out a week, can you talk to your client about maybe waiving something so that it can all just get paid? And then, maybe even there's like 2 late fees that are on there, I think.
Yes, 2. Because what
So.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just trying to figure it in my head.
This is like,
I know.
it's like when you're riding around in a car with kids,
And they won't be.
except that I have to say, don't make me come off this.
I know.
No. Okay. She like that.
I know that.
Okay. Would you at least talk to your client about waiving one of the late fees if we can get everything paid?
Your Honor, I can discuss that with my client. However, I have discussed it with him previously and they're not willing to waive any additional late fees because they already did waive a late fee in May. There was a $55 late fee that was waived initially. And so.
Really? What was that for? You know? Because I hadn't heard that before.
I didn't either.
Your Honor, there was a credit on her account. The late fee, $55 late fee was charged on May 6th. And then there was a credit to her account on May 13th.
On May, really?
Of $55.
See,
They took the late fee off for me. That's true.
Pardon?
That's true.
They already waived one in
May,
May?
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Can you just
And
give us some time?
Dana said she would, because I've never been late, so I
know, well, they did it. I didn't
didn't
think that, I didn't know that they had already
and
done something.
I didn't see that.
Okay, no, it's okay. We all now know it, right?
Yes,
The request
yes.
is made, we all know. How much time can you,
I need 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah.
All right. I don't have a date in 2 weeks. When's the second late fee click in?
Your Honor, the second late fee, I believe, clicks in the 21st.
Okay, so look.